This is from your host, Sky, with the Theskyereport Voices of the Homeless. Right now I'm speaking with... Okay, so how did you become homeless?
Lost my job, lost my apartment, lost my transportation, and I broke my back.
Oh, gosh.
So I became homeless, Once you lose everything, your job and your apartment, that's where you end up. It's out there on the streets.
Right. How long have you been homeless?
20 years.
Okay.
I have medical issues, so that's really keeping me from working right now. I broke my back just a little while ago. I re-broke a couple of both my shoulders and both my arms and both my wrists in a bike accident, so now I really can't work.
Have you pursued disability or anything like that, or welfare or anything like that? Are you getting any kind of resources?
I don't believe in collecting disability or welfare. I'd rather go out there, can and bottle, hold my homeless sign, and make money that way. It seems like everybody on welfare seems to get hassles. They get cut off. They have appointments that they have to have and are notified about. It just seems like a big hassle to me.
And it's hard to make it to those appointments?
Yeah, it is. No transportation. They stick welfare department out on the other side of town, so a lot of us have problems getting there.
Okay, and what are some of the biggest challenges you run into being on the streets?
Well, up until recently, getting clean, having showers, but we have Catholic Charities that comes out here every Sunday. They have the mobile showers, so they supply showers with the people here in this area every Sunday, and there's other parts around town that they go to, like the welfare department. You can go there and shower, and the city team has showers for men, so that's the main thing is clean.
What about safety? Safety issues?
As in what?
Well, is it unsafe, definitely, being out on the streets?
Oh, yeah, of course it is. We don't have walls or door to lock offenders out or whatever, and it's very dangerous, especially for the single woman out here. My I don't know how do I say this. My girlfriend at the time of her death was murdered.
Oh, God.
So there's another reason why I'm out here. I could be going other places and doing other things, but I feel guilty for leaving because Margaret's buried here, and I just want to be with her. I'm around her all the time.
Why do you think the homeless are perceived in such a negative way?
We are stereotyped a lot. Here in Silicon Valley, it's all about money. And if you don't have money, we're going to be frowned upon. No money, no job. We're just frowned upon. That's the way it is here in Silicon Valley. You go to other cities like San Francisco, Oakland, LA, they have a lot more resources for the homeless. They have programs that you can do. Well, they're starting good programs here now, too. Like, they're trying to give everybody housing. And you sign up for housing, and it takes a couple months, sometimes a couple years for you to get it. The resources they have for housing are very slim. People don't have the money to either donate, or the government's not giving out grants these days. It's difficult for them to give housing. Plus, when you do get a grant, it's a $3,000 grant. And if you get housing, that's your first, last damage, and that's about it. You still have to come up with your rent. If you're not working, you can't come up with rent. So what they do with that $3,000 is they put you in a motel room for 6 weeks and then kick you out. So that's no way to help somebody. You need some sort of program, some sort of structured program where people can either work or do some type of job around the place that they're housed in and make it work. You gotta have some sort of structure, and they just don't have any structure here like they do in other cities.
Why not? How have you handled the recent rains?
I got wet. I have a good tent, waterproof tent, my tarps. The only thing living next to the creek is we worry about the water level going up. So we stay up and look at the water level. 2 years ago, it flooded all the way up to these buildings up here. So we were up against this fence. It was horrible. But that's about the worst thing is the water raising. It raises quick. If it's a good steady rain, it raises quick. Before you know it, you're underwater. So we like to prepare for it. I have a walkie-talkie with the Weather Channel on it, and I'm constantly listening to my weather channels for updates, so we know what the weather's going to be like. I'm like the early warning system for weather. Everyone comes to me for the weather report. Excuse me.
What services do you need to get off the streets?
Well, I'm awaiting a couple operations for my back and my neck, so that would be one thing, get my operations done. Maybe getting retrained in some sort of job. Well, I'll turn 50 in February, so that's probably kind of hard for me to do. People want me, my friends want me to apply for Social Security, and I just might do that. It's an income of some sort. It might not be a lot, but it'd be enough to rent an apartment or a house or something. It's really hard for single people out here. What you have to do is you can go out and what I want to do is go out and get like 3 or 4 roommates and just rent a house. They have programs out here where they used to have this program. If you find a house that's been condemned, you can bring it up to the way they want the house, and you can move in. Costs like $10,000. They'll supply the materials and all that, and you fix it and make it a nice house, and people can move in. I'm not sure if they still have these type of programs, but they should, because there's empty buildings everywhere, all around Silicon Valley, just sitting there and doing nothing. Cisco Systems and these big computer places have them all over the place. I pass them all the time. Nobody's in them. I can't see why they can't, give one to the homeless, with showers and cooking facilities and sleeping facilities in there, and work something out.
Well, what do you would change the way people perceive homelessness? What do you think would change the way people will understand it?
They'd have to come out here and live it. In this county, that's not going to happen. We're really frowned upon. Silicon Valley is all about money. If you don't have money, they just don't want you here. The cost of housing has doubled in the last year. Housing for a starter home last year was somewhere around $450,000 in this county. It over doubled. Now a 3-bedroom starter home will cost you $1.2 million. Where's someone starting a family in a life going to get $1 million to pay for a house? It's just not happening. You already have to have money to come here. So all these computer places are hiring people with money, or giving people enough money to move here. They're basically trying to push the homeless out. We're frowned. The police come down. They want to give us tickets. They want to kick us out of our place. They do things like called sweeps. Every couple of months they'll come here and kick us out of our house. They say they're here to clean up all the garbage. But basically they do is they take all our resources. They take our tents. They take our bikes. They take our clothes. They take our food. And they leave all the garbage. We're trying to deal with that. The county ran out of money, from what I understand, so they're not doing as many sweeps. But still, when they do it, they're not here to help. They're here just to take our stuff and discourage us from being homeless, or discourage us from being in this county.
Have you ever been ticketed or fined for being homeless?
Not yet, but a lot of people have around here.
Okay.
You notice on that fence there's that no trespassing sign? Anywhere there's a no trespassing sign, they're going to come and kick you out. And, well, it hasn't happened to me yet, but it happens to a lot of my friends. These people that kick us out, they have a person from the city that's supposed to be helping us, giving us resources and stuff like that. All she does is just tell the people to kick us out. She doesn't talk to us. She doesn't offer us housing, nothing. She's kind of mean about it. The old person that was there that had her job, he was nice. He worked with us. We had like a disability or a physical problem and we couldn't move our stuff. He'd tell the city to leave us alone, and they would. But this new lady in charge, she just doesn't care. She just stands around and watches. Tells them, take it. Last time they took my new tent, and they took my old bike, my only way of transportation. So I had to go out there and walk to where I sign at and make money and go buy a new bike. They just...
And is panhandling how you make money?
It is these days, yeah, because like I said, I can't work. And, this time of year, people are friendly. It's the holidays. Christmas is coming up. So they're more friendly than usual. So more money's going to be coming in. But still, it's barely enough to survive. I'm single right now. So, I don't need much, just enough to survive. So that's all I ask for. But as far as coming up and being able to go do things and save money, it's impossible. What
about shelters? What do you think of the shelters?
I think the shelters are a lot like jail. It's a lot like jail. They lock you up at a certain time and they kick you out at a certain time.
Okay.
They give you resources like showers and a place to eat, but getting up at 4:30 in the morning and being kicked out in the middle of a rainstorm is not cool. It will make you sick. The cold weather shelters are only open up certain times a year, so it helps some people, I guess, to get off the streets for a couple hours, but in the long run, it's actually hurting people. We need permanent housing of some sort. Somehow there's going to be some sort of funding for this to be done. On the 29th of January, they're going to be going around doing a census of homeless people. And the last time I remember was 7,000 people here in San Jose are homeless. I see more homelessness more and more every day. People leaving this county, having to move to other counties, take their families with them just because they lose their job, or their job goes to China or something. They lose their job, so they have to find another job someplace else and move their family because it's just too expensive here. Unless you're a millionaire, or make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, you can't do it. Like I said, a starter home now is $1.2 million. That's impossible for a fresh family to start over. It's impossible for us to go out and rent apartments with housing that price. My buddy and I here, we do what we can recycling, and I fly my homeless sign, but it's just no way to save money. It can't be done. This county, you're going to need a real good job to get ahead, and that's just flat out it. The homeless people, a lot of them aren't educated, or are addicts of some sort, or alcoholics, and so that's a big problem out here on the street. Mental health issues is, I think, the number one problem. There's a lot of people out here with mental health issues that need to be addressed, and the county just doesn't want to address them. So either they stick us in jail. No, that's what they do. They stick us in jail. It's like they're I know. It's like their sanitarium, or whatever you want to call it, where they stick sick people. They just arrest us and put us in jail. And that's not the right thing to do. It discourages people. I've known people to commit suicide because they can't get ahead, or go out and do something real stupid like try to rob a bank, or not a bank, but go out and rob stores and get caught and go to jail. Sell drugs. There's a lot of people out here that sell drugs to get by. They go downtown to that park, St. James, and sit around all day and sell drugs to make their money. That's not. I don't like that personally. You shouldn't have to sell drugs to be able to get ahead. There has to be something else for us out here. A lot of these churches, they come and they donate food, they donate water, they donate clothing, they donate bedding, and we just wouldn't be able to survive if it wasn't for them. Because things are just so expensive. You go to the store these days, a gallon of milk is going to cost you more than gasoline. God, medications. If you go to the doctor and you're sick and you need medication, you can't afford it. If you're on Social Security, they will pay for it, I guess. And I guess if you're on welfare, they'll pay for it too. But if you're not, you're just not going to get your medication. And that's the number one thing. Like I said, mental health people out here, they need their medications and they can't afford it. And that ends up by them being in trouble. They'll go panic and just go crazy. And that's not a good thing. That they hurt themselves or other people. Something's got to be done about that. Thank you, ex-Governor Reagan. Shut down all the mental institutions. That's a big problem out here. It's mental health issues. I see it every day. Every day.
Thank you so much for speaking with me.
You're welcome.